Democracy in crisis. Protesters rally against Trump, but their own party isn't off the hook. In a powerful display of dissent, thousands converged on Washington, D.C. and cities across the nation on Saturday. Their voices united under a single resounding cry. No kings. This wasn't just a protest against President Donald Trump and his administration. It was a wake-up call for the Democratic Party, whose own supporters are increasingly disillusioned. But here's where it gets controversial. While Trump's policies were the primary target, many protesters expressed deep frustration with their own party's leadership, accusing them of disorganization, lack of spine, and failure to champion the average American. The No Kings rallies, organized by Democratic groups and activists, marked the second wave of nationwide protests since June. While Trump's policies and leadership style were the focal point, a significant number of left-leaning and liberal protesters voiced their discontent with Democratic leaders. "I don't have a lot of faith in the Democrats right now," admitted Alex, a construction worker from Northern Virginia, who declined to give his last name. "They seem too disorganized to put up a good fight against this mess. It's like they're afraid to take a stand." And this is the part most people miss. The frustration isn't just about Trump. It's about a Democratic Party that many feel has lost its way. Clark Fury, a 40-year-old Washington resident, bluntly stated, "We're just taking it on the chin and not speaking out. We need to throw some more elbows." The high road isn't working. Jenny Wang, 35, summed up her feelings about the party in 2 words: disappointed and underwhelmed. This sentiment isn't isolated. Since the Democrats' losses in the 2024 elections, the White House, the Senate, and failing to flip the House, the party's approval ratings have plummeted to historic lows. Scott, a 45-year-old Washington resident, went as far as to say the Democratic Party is almost as bad as the Republicans. They're bought by corporate interests and fail to stand up for working people. He pointed to specific examples, like Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer's decision to back Maine's 77-year-old Governor Janet Mills for Senate over a younger progressive candidate, and the party's reluctance to endorse Zohran Mamdani, New York City's Democratic mayoral nominee. Amanda Notaro, 41, who lost her government job due to Trump's cuts to USAID, criticized Democrats for being too focused on retaining their seats in purple states rather than fighting for democracy. "They're missing an opportunity to show what democracy looks like," she said. While she acknowledged some recent efforts, like opposing the Republican-backed stopgap funding measure that led to the government shutdown, she added, "We could have done this months ago. We let it go on for too long, but here's the silver lining." Despite their frustration, many protesters recognized recent steps taken by Democratic leaders. Elected officials like Senator Elizabeth Warren, Senator Chuck Schumer, and Governor J.B. Pritzker attended rallies, and many praised Congress for holding firm on health care subsidies during the shutdown. "I'm happy they're finally holding their ground," said Lydia, 44, from Springfield, Virginia. "The shutdown is tough, but it's effective. I can't afford higher healthcare costs." Laurel Beaton, 79, from Northern Virginia, acknowledged the challenges Democrats face as the minority party, but applauded their efforts to lower healthcare costs. "They're doing what they can against an unthinking, enabling Republican majority," she said. Many protesters also see hope in a new generation of Democratic leaders. Names like California Governor Gavin Newsom, Senator Chris Murphy, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and Michigan Senate candidate Mallory McMorrow were frequently mentioned as examples of fresh progressive voices. "Let's get rid of the old guard and bring in some fresh blood," urged Jenny Wang. "We have too many octogenarians and septuagenarians in Congress. Now, here's the question that'll spark debate. Can the Democratic Party truly reform itself and reconnect with its base, or is it too entrenched in its current ways? Are the frustrations of these protesters a sign of necessary growing pains or a deeper systemic issue? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. Agree or disagree? The conversation starts here.